I don't even know where to begin to describe the emotion that I'm feeling right now. Waking up, seeing my number on the lineup sheet, definitely a special feeling, and really gonna remind myself to breathe through all of it and calm down to the point where hopefully I'll be able to hold these memories forever, because it's a great group that we have here. I couldn't imagine doing it with anyone else, and so today's going to be special. Every aspect of my life was affected. The way I walk, the way I talk, the way I eat, the way I play hockey, the way I do anything in life was affected.
Jack Smiley back on for another shift here in the third.
And if I really want to get back, I got to find a way to do that and work to do that. I don't care how long it takes, we'll make it happen.
Final 4 seconds tick away, so Jack Smiley had every little bit of energy stored up from the last 3 years just played out there. I mean, he's gassed, but I mean, he earned it today.
I don't think I ever really knew my full potential until the stroke happened. Hockey, way before I can even remember, was the driving force in my life. I was hit in a practice, it fractured my vertebrae, but at the time had no idea that any damage was done. 2 weeks after the hit, I was on the ice again for another practice, and that's when the stroke took place.
It was a scary moment when it happened. Like, everyone was dumbfounded. Everyone just gave him full support and took it as inspiration within our day-to-day lives to better ourselves and kind of follow him as a leader. And
the boys on the team, the guys in the locker room that we go to battle with every day, being around them this much has been a rock and my motivational factor throughout the past 3 years. It's given me something to want and to get back to. This journey started with me not even being able to walk. You can imagine being on the ice wasn't great. Them allowing me to just be part of it and compete every day, even when they would end up skating circles around me, has shown true character out of them.
I fucking had you too. I had you. That's a penalty.
Nothing's gonna stop me from carrying out my passions and living the life that I want to live, regardless of the dangers that involves, regardless of where that could possibly leave me. And I think waking up in the hospital bed with no function was an oh shit moment where you're like, okay, I either handle this or I don't.
Good battle.
I definitely had a lot of shock in the early days, but it also never sunk in the gravity of the situation and what was actually going to be the course of my recovery. I don't know if I ever had the fire to achieve anything great. I think that was built through the stroke.
I hit a little, dude, I forgot how to celly. It's been so long, I forgot how to celly.
For me, changing the narrative around stroke was a phrase that I gravitated to pretty early on in the recovery. And I built up a little bit of a presence online, documenting the recovery in the early stages and really setting the tone and setting the standard for what stroke recovery can be, which was always my mission. I actually wrote that on a medical document today. They said, what are your goals for recovery? I said, go pro in everything. For everyone going through adversity, I want to provide that motivation that people can look at it and say, okay, it's possible to get through what I'm going through right now.
like all his mantras with maintaining positive thoughts and winning the day, and take that into the locker room, onto the ice, and he's an incredible person, for sure.
Senior night this weekend, gotta be dialed in.
I definitely still face a lot of challenges and deficits due to the stroke. The best way I can describe it is I have this line in my body at all times that just straight down the middle separates my right side from my left. 24/7 feels like I'm working with two separate bodies. the right side of my body is trying to catch up with the left. It comes out more in certain things, comes out less in certain things, but it's always there, and I think that's the biggest challenge per se that I still face, and who knows if it'll ever get back to quote unquote normal, but that's what we're working towards. No one can tell you what's inside of you, what's in your heart, and the drive that you have as a human being. I truly believe everyone has it inside of them, and something like this makes you find it.
Fans, if able, we ask you to please rise and remove your hats as our own Cindy Savory sings our national anthem. For the red.
Dr. Lynn's phenomenal. He was a neurointensivist and one of the ones that was on my care. At one of the check-in appointments, he just threw out the offer and pretty much like, hey, we haven't seen a recovery like yours. We would love to have you come work with us in our neuro lab. It's dedicated towards more of the research side of neuro rehabilitation for stroke. Felt like a full circle moment when one of your first neurologists is asking you back because you made so much progress. Neither one of us really knew how I would fit in. I was the first stroke survivor in the lab, and definitely probably the first non-researcher. I would just provide a little insight that a research article couldn't. I want to help as much as I can. I want to help other stroke survivors. I could see myself traveling around to rehab hospitals and talking with survivor groups, continuing that relationship with Dr. Lynn and his lab, and continue the social media and just see where that takes me. And I've always been an athlete, always will be an athlete. The saying in hockey is all roads lead to men's league. No matter if you're in NHL, college, whatever level you play at, you always end up playing men's league. So I would assume that's in my future at some capacity, and who knows, maybe coaching too. So we'll see.
Who did this? Who done it?